Tina making her way through the pack on a scoring pass. She calls off the jam. Looks like Tina put 2 points more up on the board for Sawdust City. Nice first jam for the blue team there. 10 points on the board for Sawdust City. Red team, Bad Axe Brawlers, presently sitting at 0. I believe that is Steph. Lever going to be jamming for the Brawlers, and that's Tina. Oh no, that is Ivana Smasher going to be taking the jam line for Sawdust City today. And Vonna picks up the jam for Sawdust City. Steph makes her way by on the outside line. She has a conversion pass as well. Vonna now going to come into the back of the pack for a scoring run. She makes it by the inside line, puts up 4 points for the blue team. Nice quick jam there for Sawdust City. Looks like that's Platinum Punch going to be wearing the star for Sawdust City, and Fern Galley going to be jamming for the Brawlers in red. Fern bouncing off that wall of blockers there at the back of the pack as Punchy goes to the front, trying to take on that wall of red blockers. Blue team doing a nice job recycling there in front of the pack for the Fern back. Nice backwards blocking there from Rich Breakers. A double little assist from Tapper in as well. Nice reforming there in front of the pack. We saw that Armin Slider and Scout Bot came together there in front of the pack. Still doing a nice job holding Punchy back. She does make it out, picks up the jam for Sawdust City. Fern also out of the pack. Punchy looking over her shoulder. She's going back there. She decides to call off the jam. No points in that last jam. It looks like Scuttlebutt going to be jamming, of course, Sawdust City against Steph Leopard, number 15, winning star for the Bad Axe Brawlers. And here we go. Awesome spin moves, and Scuttlebutt picks up the jam for Sawdust City. Steph out of the pack as well, right behind her. 2 really fast skaters here going to come into the back of the pack. Steph manages to put 1 point up on the board. That gives the Bad Axe Brawlers their first point. It looks like Mac is going to be jamming again for the Brawlers against Tina, number 44, wearing the star in blue for Sawdust City. Tina picks up the jam for the blue team. Armin Slammer going to go take a quick seat in the penalty box. Quick 30-second break. Tina threw on her first scoring pass. She picks up 4 points on the board for Sawdust City. I believe that's a direction gameplay penalty assessed to Mayroll and Donko. Tina puts another 4 points up on the board. Max still stuck behind that wall of the blocker. She's got that hand cover in her hand. Been doing a really nice job controlling her nice partnership there between Brett and Finn at the back of the pack. Really doing a good job controlling that. It allows Tina to come by, picks up another 4 points on the board for Sawdust City. Armin Slammer now back in from the penalty box. Tina takes the outside line. Nice attempt there from Armin Slammer, but a miss. Tina makes it by, puts her 1 more points up for Sawdust City. Nice work there from Max. actually did a great job going right in between those two skaters. Another big 4 points on the board for Salt City. Looks like Stunt Double is going to go take a seat in the box. Tina making her way through the pack. That wall went block, but she makes her way around. She puts 4 more points up on the board for Salt City, calls it out. 0 for the Ballers in that last jam. Jam is on, and the Rollers have picked up the jam, and Lana's still there in the pack. She makes her way out on her initial as well. Another 4 points up on the board for the Rollers. She calls off the jam. For the red team. Nice job there. Scuttle takes the inside line and she picks up a lead jam for Salt City. Fern stuck there behind Tina. And Nova doing a nice job. Now getting in there out some action. Fern has made her way out of the pack. The jam is off. We're all good. 2 more points up on the board for Salt City. Like Terror is going to be jamming for the Rollers up against Lana, number 42, wearing the star for Salt City. Terror hitting hard there at the back of the pack, at the front wall. Meanwhile, at the back, Lana pushing against Pitbull there. She does make what I need, but here up in front, Terror has picked up lead jam for the red team. Looks like Lana is going to be assessed a track cut penalty. That is going to leave Terror and the Brawlers in a power jam situation. Terror calls off the jam. 3 points on the board for the red team. It's a smart call off. That's going to allow the Brawlers to start in a power jam situation. Stitch is going to be jamming for the Brawlers in a power jam situation. Out there against that wall of blockers up the front. Doesn't quite make it by Stunt Double, dragging her back just a little bit. Takes another run at it. Excellent recycling. Those red blockers doing a nice job swarming, allows her to pick up the lead jam. And there we go, Stitches up the front of the pack to see if she can pick up some points. Lana has cleared her initial pass and is back from the 22 dots. Three more points up on the board for the Brawlers, 1 point on the board for Lana, and Brawlers in red. Looks like we're going to see Steph Leopard taking the jam line for the Brawlers, and that is Platinum Punch going to be jamming for Sawdust City. And Steph picks up the jam for the Brawlers. Punchy's still stuck in that wall of red blockers. Honest Abe doing a nice job controlling her there at the front. Nice rotating three ball there from Terror Pitbull, and I believe that's Raichu there in the pack, wearing the stripe today. Steph put another 4 points up on the board for the Brawlers. Punchy's still stuck there in that back of that pack. Nice hit there from Swirly at the back of the pack, knocking Steph back, dragging her all the way back to the back of the pack. And Steph puts up another 4 points on the board for the Brawlers, really looking to close that gap. We've seen a star pass on Sawdust City. No chance for Swirly to pick up any points, though. We've got another 4 on the board for the Brawlers. That's going to leave us at 19 points for the red team and 41 on the board for Sawdust City. 23 points, still pretty close game. 17 minutes left. I think that's Fern Galley wearing the star for the Brawlers, and Scuttlebutt going to be jamming for Sawdust City. Dragging her all the way to the back of the pack. Scuttle, in the meantime, up here at the front on a scoring run. I believe Toxic Hell going to go take a quick seat in the penalty box on a high block penalty. Scuttle takes the inside line, charges there. She picks up 4 points for Sawdust City. Takes the inside line and has now completed her initial pass. Be wearing the star for the Brawlers, and Stuck Double going to be jamming for Sawdust City. Two different approaches to jamming. You've got Stuck Double pushing against the tight wall of blockers, and you've got Orly over here with the fast twinkle toes, picking up the jam for the Brawlers. I believe Bridge Raker going to go take a seat in the box on a direction and beam plate penalty, and Lordy up here at the front of the pack, she puts 4 points up on the board for the Brawlers. Stuck Double backwards, takes the outside line and puts another 4 up on the board for Sawdust City. Let's see what Lordy does. Here she approaches the back of the pack. She is Squirrely and Nova there up at the front. Meanwhile, Stuck Double coming in at the back of the pack. Jukes around on the outside. Looks like we did get 3 points on the board for Sawdust City and 2 on the board for the Brawlers. It sounds like you're also going to go into an official review. This is a little bit different from an official timeout. During a game, each team gets 1 opportunity to challenge something that the officials didn't get to do. So you can say, I think I earned this many points, but you only gave me 3, or say, I think this penalty should have been assessed to this player. You can have an opportunity to talk to the refs. So the captains are going to go with the officials. The officials are going to go off and make a decision, and then they'll get back to us. If you win your official review, you get another one. If you lose, your official review is lost for that half, but you will get another one in the second half. I should remind you that the raffle tickets are going to be drawn at the halftime of this next game. So if you see Kat over there in the corner waving her arms all around, she's got raffle tickets. They are $1 for $1, $6 for $5, $20 for an arm's length. You can choose which bucket you want to put it into. There's a lot of really cool prizes over there. Make sure you get your raffle tickets. We're going to draw those at halftime of this game, which should be about 15 minutes, depending how long this takes. Not much for the outcome of that one, but it looks like we're ready to return to roller derby. Shout out Manic Mechanic from Morty's Boys. The first 5 times I'm going to say that tonight. Tina picks up the jam for Sala City Mac. Also out of the pack on her initial pass. The jammer is now coming in for a scoring run. Tina decides to hit and quit it. She's a little late. Back swings by the inside line, puts 4 points up on the board for the Brawlers. Nothing for Tina in that last jam. It looks like we're going to see Steph wearing the star for the Brawlers, and that's Squirrely going to be jamming for Sawdust City. And there we go. Swirly has picked up the jam for Sawdust City. Step up there at the front, facing that tight wall of 3 blockers, doing a nice job rotating up there, really holding her back. Signs a good wall is when they don't move at all. Slow derby is kind of what everybody wishes for. Swirly's still here at the back of the pack. She's on a scoring run, so she is going to make a couple of points here. Fun fact, it is considered a pass when you pass a skater at the hips. So she's definitely got a couple of them. And there it goes. It takes a run up on the outside. She does make it out. Gonna get that helmet cover back on. Back block comes being assessed, I believe, to Scuttlebutt. She's going to take a quick 30 seconds in the box. 3 more points put up on the board for Sawdust City. That's going to leave us at 50. Tina going to be jamming for Sawdust City, and that's Tara going to be jamming for the Bad Axe Brawlers. Tina has picked up the lead jamming for Sawdust City right out of the gate. Tara also out of the pack on her initial pass. In for a scoring run, Raichu giving her a hard time there in front of the pack. She does manage a pass, though, puts 4 points up on the board here and rolls it off. 65 on the board for Sawdust City, 30 points up on the board for the Bad Axe Brawlers in red. Looks like Matt's going to be jamming, so I'm going to say this one once again. Shout out Manic Mechanic from Morty Boys. I believe that's all on the smash yet, right? The star for Sawdust City as well. I believe that is a track that penalty means has 2 Lana, so she's going to go take a seat in penalty box. That is going to leave Matt in a power jam situation. Let's see if she can clear her initial pass. Nope, knocked to the inside line there by Scuttle and Squirrely. Quickly recycling back on the track. Sugar Rush pushes her to the outside. Squirrely and Sugar doing a nice job of pulling back Mac there in front of the pack. Squirrely chases her out. Mac manages to pick up lead for the Brawlers. Mac down in on a scoring pass. She has put 4 more points up on the board. I believe Arnold Slimer going to go take a quick seat in the box if he does a back block penalty. Vaughn now out on her initial pass as well. She's putting that helmet cover back on as Mac approaches back to the pack on a scoring run. No points in that last pass for either jammer. Bad Axe Brawlers put another 4 points in that last jam. Just looking to close that gap between Sawdust City. Currently sitting at 65 points for the blue team, 34 for the Brawlers. I believe that's Raichu going to be wearing the star for the Brawlers up against Joan Brett, number 57, will be jamming for Sawdust City. Raichu picks up the right out the gate for the Brawlers. That group of blockers going to see if they can reform, get back together as Raichu approaches for a scoring pass. Hits that wall of Nova and stuffed double there to the pack and calls it off. Does manage to put another 3 points up on the board for the Brawlers. I believe that's Punchy going to be wearing the star for Sawdust City, and Fern Galley going to be cheering for the Bad Axe Brawlers. And there we go, Fern picks up lead for the Brawlers. Successful star pass on the blue team. You can see Tina now covering up that stripe of the star. She's going to assume the jammer position. Tina now approaching on a scoring run. She makes it by so fast. Picks up 4 points for Sawdust City. Fern also putting up another 4 points for the red team. There we go, Fern calls off the jam. Got about 6 minutes left in the first half of the game of Spring Cloud Derby Brawl. 69 points on the board for Sawdust City, 42 on the board for Bad Axe Brawlers. Looks like we need a quick official timeout. join us for the official after party. It's going to be located at the 410. That's located at 420 Gallery Street. So you're going to head there after the game to join us. I'm being told there's a show going on there today. I think there was a $15 cover, but you can stand. You don't have to pay the cover. So again, that's 410 at 420 Gallery Street. Jam is on. Looks like we've got fourth star card around the star for the Bad Axe Brawlers. And that's Sugar Rush, jamming for Sawdust City. Boarding up there on the back against Stunto and Nova. She does make it, picks up the jam before the Brawlers. Already now approaching the back of the pack on a scoring run. She does manage to put 2 more points up on the board before she calls it off. 44 on the board for the Bad Axe Brawlers, 69 on the board for Sawdust City. 25-point gap, still pretty small. Another 5 minutes or so left in the first half. Right on the smash, you're going to be jamming for the blue team, and I believe that is Matt going to be jamming for the Bad Axe Brawlers in the red. Picking up the jamming for Sawdust City. Matt being recycled to the back of the pack there by Tackleberry Finn. Mac takes the outside line. Here's her initial pass. Rana, meanwhile, in the back of the pack on her scoring run. Those blue blockers do a nice job seeing if they can help their jammer. Rana sees how many points she picks up, calls it off. 2 more points up on the board for Sawdust City. Bridgebreaker going to be wearing the star for Sawdust City, and number 15, Steph Leopard, going to be jamming for the Brawlers in the red. Steph charging from the back, makes her way through that blue wall, picks up the jam for the Brawlers. Bridgebreaker there at the back of the pack, successful star pass. They caught onto it. Stunto will have that opponent covering her hands. Ryan Chu and Pickle did a nice job controlling SD there in front of the pack. Meanwhile, the back step in for a scoring run. SD makes her initial pass. 4 points on the board, Steph calls it off. Shelley going to be jamming up for the Bad Axe Brawlers, and that's number 222, Stella on the line for Sawdust City. Stella quickly being recycled, gets right back on the track, pushing against that wall of red blockers. Same thing up in the front, Sugar Rush and Mullet there doing a nice job controlling that red jammer, trying to hold her back the best they can. Mullet knocks forward to the inside line, allows Scuttle on the outside to pick up lead jam for Sawdust City. Nice hit there with running the pack from Squirrely, knocking front to the outside. Track cut penalty being assessed to Fern. She's going to go take a quick 30-second break in the box. Scuttle meanwhile on a scoring pass, takes a bit of a dive there on the outside. She's all right. She's back up. Pushing her way through those red blockers, really extending the pack as far as they can. They have to let her go. She puts 4 points up on the board for Sawdust City. No points in the last pass for either of those jammers. Score presently sitting at 76 for Sawdust City, 48 on the board for the Bad Axe Ballers, and about a minute and a half left on the clock. We'll probably see one, maybe two more jams in the first half, and then I'm gonna have you guys get your raffle tickets out. Terror jamming in the Red Star, and that's Ivan Smash there for the Sawdust City. Terror knocked to the outside, in the cycle to the back of the pack. That allows Ron to skate by. Picks up 8 jams for Sawdust City. Terror once again coming into the back of the pack as she went and complete her initial pass. I am hearing a track cut penalty being assessed to, I believe that's Honest Aid, number 74. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. Vana out on a scoring pass, puts another 4 points up on the board. Those Surrender Rockers doing a nice job trying to help their jammer out just a little bit. Seeing a start pass on her team right. She now has that helmet cover in her hand. Vana trying to make her way on the outside, pick up a couple more points. She hears her teammates telling her to call it, calls it off. That's halftime. I think we're almost ready to return to Derby as well. So if you want to meet up with the raffle team over there by the bottom of the stairs, we'll get you verified and get your prizes, and then we're going to return to roller derby. We've seen a successful star pass here. That's Nico and Stitch is going to be wearing that star for the Bad Axe Ballers. TNT then makes her way through the pack, picks up 4 more points, calls off the jam.
You guys cleaned up. And it only cost you a couple $100, right?
Looks like Matt is going to be wearing the star for the Brawlers, and I believe that is Punchy going to be jamming for Sawdust City. Jam's on. There they go. Back at the back of the pack, facing that tight wall of 3 blockers. That is Scuttle and Vana and Brett. She does make it on. Picks up the jam for the red team and the Bad Axe Brawlers. Punchy's still stuck there in that pack, being recycled to the back by Toxic Hell. We have seen a successful start pass on the blue team as well. Scuttlebutt slip that helmet cover on to see if she can pick up some points. Matt calls it off, puts 2 more points up on the board for the Bad Axe Brawlers. Looks like Tackleberry Finn going to be jamming for Sawdust City, and that is Steph Leonard wearing the star for the Bad Axe Brawlers. Finn takes the inside line, immediately picking up the jam for Sawdust City. Steph out of the pack right behind her. See what Finn decides to push and hit the back of that red ball blocker. She does manage to put 3 points up on the board for Sawdust City. Looks like we got one there for Rollers as well in that last pass. Ivana Smash jamming for Sawdust City against Armin Slammer wearing the star for the first time today on the Bad Axe Brawlers. Nice job there at the front from Ivana. She picks up the lead jam for Sawdust City. Slammer pushing really hard there at the back of that pack. Get knocked out there by Scuttle and Mullet and Brett. Big pack from Armin Slammer. Meanwhile, up in the front, Ivana seeing if she can make some point. Nice footwork there on the inside line in that turn. Is she going to hold on to that? And there we go. She puts another 4 points up on the board. Slammer out on her initial pass as well. Ivana calls it off. 4 points for Sawdust City in the last jam. They're currently sitting at 95 points on the board for Sawdust City, 51 points on the board for the Bad Axe Brawlers. Looks like we're going to see Raichu wearing the star for the Brawlers, and that's really going to be jamming for Sawdust City. Sawdust City currently down 1 with Nova City in the penalty box. The Red Bull Walkers taking the front line there, trying to do their best to pull back squirrely, but it's Raichu who makes their way out of the pack. First picking up lead for the Brawlers. Steph doing a nice job recycling squirrely all the way to the back of that pack as Raichu takes another 4 points for the red team. Pitbull now squirrely to the outside, dragging her to the back as Raichu again on another scoring run, stunt double, doing a nice job controlling her, some backwards blocking. A little bit of a terror on jammer here as Raichu puts 4 points up on the board and Squirrel finished her initial pass. Raichu calls it off. Good jam for the Brawlers there. 8 more points up on the board for them in that last jam. The score presently sitting at 95, Sawdust City 59 on the board for the Brawlers. Looks like May Roland going to be wearing the star for Sawdust City, and that's Mac jamming for the Brawlers. Tackleberry Finn taking Mac out at the front of the pack, dragging her all the way back. Fern doing the same thing to Ho, dragging that skater all the way to the back if she can. Mac charges on the inside line, picks up lead jam for the Brawlers. Successful star pass on Sawdust City. TNT has got that star helmet cover in her hands. Lurgy takes a swipe at her at the front line, misses. 4 points up on the board for Mac and the Brawlers. TNT are now going in for a scoring pass. 4 more points on the board for the Brawlers in that last jam. Ever so slowly closing that gap. Currently sitting at 63 points for the red team, 95 for the Sawdust City. Terror wearing the star for the Brawlers up against Ivana Smash wearing the star for Sawdust City. Ivana takes the inside line and takes the lead jam for Sawdust City. Nice footwork there from Tara, pushing against that wall of blue blockers there in front of the pack. Ivana sneaks by the inside line, she gets another couple of points up. Tara's got that helmet cover in the air, manages to pass it off to Stitches just before Skull interrupts that star pass. Ivana calls it off. She does put another point up on the board for Sawdust City. Looks like Lord Scarpud will take a quick seat in the penalty box. I believe that was a track cut. Toxic Hell going to be wearing the star for the Brawlers. Up against Tiantina, number 44 for Sawdust City. Gameplay penalty being assessed to Matt. I'm going to take a quick 30-second sit down in the box. Tina is out on her initial, makes a 4-point scoring pass, calls it off, or Toxic makes it to the back of the pack. Sawdust City, and that's Steph jamming for the Brawlers. Tackleberry Woods and charges the outside line, puts up the lead for Sawdust City. Once again, bullseye on the inside line, puts up 4 points for Sawdust City. Steph now clear on her initial pass. Both skaters now coming in for a scoring run. Let's see what Finn decides to do. She's going to pass Lori and call it off. Not a legal pass, no points for Finn on that last pass. That is Punchy going to be jamming for Sawdust City. And Jurassic Kit Kat going to be wearing the star for the Brawlers. No jam just yet. Both jammers pushing very hard. Jurassic Kit Kat taking a bit of a dive on the inside line of the second to the back by Squirrely. Up here at the front, Punchy picking up the lead jam for Sawdust City. Nice job there from the red blockers, just stopping those blue blockers in their tracks, letting their jam skate by and finish her initial pass. Punchy now going to come in for a scoring pass. Punchy out, dragging her all the way back. 4 more points up on the board for the Brawlers. 1 more point for Sawdust City in that last jam. Score presently sitting at 109 for Sawdust City. 67 points on the board for the red team. Riot Shoe going to be jamming for the Brawlers, and that's Ivana Smashia going to be wearing the star for Sawdust City. There we go. Stitch is doing a nice job dragging Ivana to the back of that pack. Meanwhile, Scuttle and Riot Shoe shooting back and forth there. Nice support from the rest of the blockers. As Riot Shoe picks up lead jam for the red team. Looking over her shoulder, she sees Lana out on her initial as well. Shoe going to come in for a scoring pass. One point up on the board for Riot Shoe and the Brawlers. jamming for the Brawlers, but up at the front, that's Sugar Rush picking up lead jam for Sawdust City. Back out of the pack on her initial as well. Sugar Rush now coming to the back. Red team currently down 2 blockers. Steph returns to the track. Got to take the long way around, I guess. No points in that last pass for either jammer. Terror going to be wearing the star for the Brawlers, and that's Punchy going to be jamming once again for Sawdust City. Star Quad doing a nice job pulling Terror back there at the front of the pack. Punchy comes through, pushes her way through on the inside, kind of helps Terror out a little bit, picking up lead jam for the Brawlers. We've seen a successful star pass on the Sawdust City once again. However, Mullen is going to go take a quick seat in the penalty box. That's going to leave the red team in a power jam situation. Let's see if Terror can pick up a couple of points. Calls off the jam. 3 more points on the board for the red team, and that is going to allow the Brawlers to start in a power jam situation here. Fern Gamley is going to be taking the star and his power jam for the Bad Axe Brawlers. Those red blockers doing a really nice job squirming those blue blockers right as soon as the whistle blows, trying to help Fern make her way through that pass. Ooh, does a really great job reforming up at the front of the pack. She does pick up lead jam for the Brawlers. Fern now in the pack on a scoring run, takes the inside line route, knocks the inside by step double. Mullet now free from the penalty box, being dragged to the back of the pack by Martin Slammer. Fern with a nice footwork, she puts another 4 points up on the board for the Brawlers and calls it. Slowly, red team creeping up on Sawdust City. 75 points on the board for the red team. 109 on the board for Sawdust City. Ivana Smash are going to be jamming for Sawdust City, and Steph Leopard wearing the star for Brawlers. Tripping over her own feet a little bit there at the back of the pack. Steph juking her way around those blue blockers, really did a nice job moving back and forth. Steph makes her way out of there though. She does pick up her lead jam for the red team. Vana out on her initial pass as well. Steph now coming in for a scoring run. Steph charges her way through that pack. Makes her way to the outside, calls it on the way. She does manage to put another 3 points up on the board. Brawlers doing a really great job chipping away at that gap here, slow closing it. 78 points on the board for the Brawlers, 109 for Sawdust City. We got about 7 minutes left in the second half. Matt's going to be wearing the star for the Brawlers, and I believe that's Rich Breaker going to be jamming for Sawdust City. Swirly doing a nice job recycling back to the back of the pack, as at the front we've got that red wall of blockers doing a great job holding on to Rich Breaker. Lori doing an excellent job there with the backwards blocking, giving it everything she's got. Nice job recycling now. Just catch out on the outside of the pack. Breaker coming in around the back. Another 2 points up on the board for the Brawlers. Looks like Ryder going to be jamming for the Bad Axe Brawlers, and Tina going to be wearing the star for Sawdust City. Tina charges out of the pack first, picks up the jam for the team. Raichu's still there at the back. Pushing hard, doesn't make it out on her initial pass as Tina approaches from the back. Let's see if she can make it on a scoring run. Pitbull doing a nice swipe up at the front. Tina does make it by, puts 4 points up on the board, calls off the jam. Star for the Brawlers, and I think that's Punchy going to be jamming for Sawdust City. Cat takes the inside line, Punchy takes the outside route. Punchy with a bit of a dive on the inside line. Cat still pushing hard against her new blocker, slowly recycling Cat to the back of the Cat. Nice job here at the front. You see yet another successful star pass from Sawdust City up here at the front. Scuttlebutt got that star in her hand. Has completed her initial pass. Scuttle now in for a scoring run as Cat gets that helmet cover back on. There we go, nice footwork from Scuttle. Already goes to chase her out there in front of the pack. Doesn't quite make it. 4 more points up on the board for Scuttle. I believe I'm seeing a track cut penalty being assessed to Jurassic Kit Kat. She's going to take a 30-second rest in the box. Toxic really did a nice job trying to hit Scuttle out there on the outside line. Scuttle does make it by. She puts another 4 points up on the board for the blue team. Our team got a couple skaters in the box right now. Scuttle going to see if she can come up and pick up a couple more points for Sawdust City. Nice hit there from Arvid Slammer, knocking Scuttle to the outside, dragging her all the way back. Cat now back in from the penalty box, hitting that wall of blue blockers there in the middle of the pack. She does make her way around. She puts 4 points up on the board for the Brawlers. Looks like the Sawdust City Brawlers also putting up another 4 points on the board, and I am seeing an official review being called. delivering their verdict. This one says, from family, Jazz, we love you and we are so proud of you. I think that one's from Honest. This one says, go get him, Fred. She has been. Have you seen her? This one says, yo, sugar. Sweet tea, number 44 on the track, number 1 in our hearts. We are ready to return to roller derby. One more shout out here. We've got shout out mechanic from Maury's Boys. They paid $5. I have to say it 5 times. I want to smash it now during this part for Southern City. Thank you, Maury's Boys. Looks like that's Terror bouncing around there at that back for the rollers. It is Lana comes out first and picks up lead. Star pass to Liquid Stitches. On the rollers, as Lana's come through on a scoring run. Lana puts another 4 points up on the board, calls it off. No points for Stitches and the rollers in that last jam. Looks like that's Fern Galley going to be wearing the star for the rollers. And Stunt Double going to be jamming for Sawdust City. Mac doing a really nice job there in that wall of blue blockers, really trying to disrupt what they're doing, trying to pull her jammer out. Nice to see someone playing offense, however, Stunt Double picks it down for Sawdust City. SD now coming through backwards on a scoring run. However, for being faced us a track cut penalty, she's going to go take a quick 30-second break in the box. Stunt Double put another 4 points up on the board for Sawdust City. That well-ranked blockers up here at the front getting a little bit disrupted. Stunt Double still pushing her way through. Lordy doing a nice job juking. Looks like she's been learning from Stunt Double how to do that. Using my own weapons against me. How dare you? Beth Dash doing a nice job assisting there up at the front as Fern returns to the track. Stunt Double puts another 4 points up on the board now, back in on a scoring run. Fern is in the back, she's got that helmet cover in her hand. That wall of blue blockers doing a great job pulling her back as Stunt Double takes the outside, puts another 4 points up for Sawdust City. Stunt Double calls off the jam. 4 seconds left in the period. And that is the unofficial score. 145, Sawdust City, 84 points on the board for the rollers. We're going to give our officials just a minute to tally everything up and verify. Once we hear that rolling whistle, we'll know. You're welcome to come out to the track and say hello to your favorite skaters. Come on down. While we wait for the officials, I want to thank them for their time and for being here today. Thank you to the Dirty Wars for traveling here from Evelyn, Minnesota, from the Iron Range, coming all the way to us today. Thank you so much for our EMTs, our officiating staff. First with 84 points on the board, we have the Bad Axe Crawlers.